everyone. I've been wanting to come online and talk to you about a few things. Even though my team has strongly advised me to not say what I want to say, I recently realized that they never said that I couldn't sing what I want to say.
This right here is a great lesson on how, if you're an online creator, you definitely should always listen to your team, your management, always. This is what separates e-celebrities from real celebrities. Real celebrities always stick to the PR brief, and e-celebs do wild shit, like respond to child grooming allegations with a snarky ballad. Although I will say, if Ezra Miller ever did an acoustic cover of Sorry for Party Rockin', that would probably slap.
The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats. I'm not a groomer. I'm just a loser.
Yeah, so the thing about that is that those two things are actually not mutually exclusive. You can be a groomer and a loser at the same time. There's usually a little bit of overlap. As my great-great-great-aunt uncle used to say, not all losers are groomers, but all groomers are losers. Hi everybody, if you're on the internet, you've probably seen the stuff that's been going on with this lady here, Colleen Ballinger, also known as Miranda Sings, the lady that was Miranda singing in the clip that I just played. If you haven't heard about all this, let me just briefly get you up to speed. Recently, some allegations resurfaced where a handful of fans of hers had said that she had groomed them as minors in a group chat. There were screenshots of inappropriate messages that had been sent, some like crazy emotional unburdening on the kids during her divorce, her asking for pics of a minor's rear end, shall we call it? Rear booty? Minor's butt. Minor butts. Minor butts. And the big one, the really weird one that circulated a lot, the fact that she sent her underwear to a 14-year-old fan. Because of these allegations resurfacing, some creators made videos about it, and now it's caught on like a wildfire on YouTube. Millions and millions of views, which is totally unrelated to why I'm talking about it right now. Colleen went silent while all of this was going on for about 3 weeks, but just yesterday she uploaded an apology video. Well, it's actually not really an apology video. It's a music video, and it's also a deflection video. It is absolutely wild and hilarious, and probably the most tone-deaf thing I've ever seen, but it's amazing. So we're gonna talk about it real quick. To start us off, let's watch the first 15 seconds of her video. It's great. It's great. Every YouTube apology video is just deeply haunting because of how rehearsed it is and formulaic and demonic, most of them. But it's that awkward face I love so much. That's like, never thought I'd have to be making this. When she's picking up the tiny guitar, like, never thought I'd have to be making this. Never thought I'd have to be making this. Super unfortunate.
It's been a while since you saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break. So a lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true though. Just as long as it's entertaining to you.
Okay, so look, I get that misinformation can spread online, and the online entertainment industry often fuels that spread. The issue here is that, as we'll go on to see, nowhere in this video does Colleen specifically outline any of the actual lies people have told. And that's, important here after 3 straight weeks of the entire internet upending shelves and diving into little holes in order to find screenshots and receipts of the many allegations.
Today I only want to talk about the facts, so I hope that you'll be willing to listen. Many years ago, I used to message my fans, but not in a creepy way like a lot of you are trying to suggest. It was more of a loser kind of way, where I was just trying to be besties with everybody.
Today, I'm going to be sticking to the facts. Facts like me saying that I wasn't weird. No, I wasn't. I wasn't creepy. No, I wasn't. We did a study on it. We asked one person, me, if I was creepy and weird, and I says no. And that's a fact. Obviously, this is weird because she says she's going to address stuff, and then she just says, people are lying, actually, but I'm not going to tell you why. Specifics, evidence, examples, evidence, examples, evidence, specifics. These are super important things when you're dealing with something as serious as this. Specifics. But who doesn't love a beautiful, wonderful .mp3 file?
The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats.
It's music, and music heals all. Apparently, hopefully.
All aboard the toxic gossip train. You're chugging down the tracks of misinformation. The toxic gossip train. You got a one-way ticket to manipulation station.
One thing that a lot of the responses to this seem to be missing is that many of the allegations being brought to light, at least the serious ones were addressed by Miranda in a video from 3 years ago. 3 years ago is when the original allegation video came out. And it was like a proper apology video, apologizing for a few different, controversies in the past. So you might be able to empathize with the fact that someone who feels like they've dealt with the issue and already talked about it, it's an open and closed thing, would see a huge trend of people talking about what she thinks is those same things as being, unfair and dishonest. But I don't think she actually watched any of the videos or paid attention to what people are saying. And obviously leaving all of that context out and just singing about how everything's toxic and wrong is ill-advised. The only real way to read this as a standalone video is as someone denouncing serious and quantifiable allegations as just a heaping pile of that hot toxic goss. Gossip.
It's kind of like when you go to a family gathering, and there's a weird aunt there who keeps coming up to you and going hey girl, what's the tea? And you're like, ugh. That was me, but in group chats with my fans.
Yeah, but see, the weird aunt at the family gathering usually doesn't ask the other gathered family members' kids for pictures of their booty butt cheeks is the thing. That's the problem.
I've been sharing my life online for over 15 years. I've poured my heart out to you, and because of that I feel like I'm talking to my friends, but in the beginning of my career, I didn't really understand that maybe there should be some boundaries there. There were times in the DMs when I would overshare details of my life, which was really weird of me. I haven't done that for years, you see, because I changed my behavior and I took accountability. But that's not very interesting, is it? So let's go on the toxic gossip train.
Right there, instead of outlining the accountability. What does it mean? What does it look like? How did you do it? What happened? She goes snarky lady on y'all's asses.
But that's not very interesting, is it?
Apparently, that's not good enough. What's not good enough? What are you talking about? Apparently, it's just not good enough. It's just not. You just want to be toxic about this crap. What crap are you talking about? Miranda, help us out. Give us a bone. No. Nope. The nature of the term accountability is kind of interesting, I think, because on the one hand, it can be totally nebulous and vague and potentially unsatisfactory. At what point is accountability reached? In a lot of cases, it can be weaponized and held up as a situation where accountability here hasn't been reached, so the continued social ostracization is therefore justified. But in this case, I think most of the people seeing this have no context as to something like her apology video, which again, I'm not saying that that was enough or that addressed the most recent wave of information, but it was at least something, some form of accountability that at the time was received well. And so again, I think for a lot of people, the only way to interpret this is her just going snark mode and brushing off the victim's testimony.
But that's not very interesting, is it?
Because there's no context. There's nothing. You're giving us nothing, lady, and it's all what they got.
I thought you wanted me to take accountability, but that's not the point of your mob mentality, is it? No. Your goal is to ruin the life of the person you despise while you dramatize your lies and monetize their demise.
So here she's pretty accurately telling the story of how online cancel culture works, but she's doing it in a vacuum. And we all know what happens in vacuums. It gets covered in dust and hair and cat hair, and it smells, and it's a mess. Applying this definition to her situation without first establishing any ill intent or motivations from the people making these accusations, it'll end up like this every time. This could not be more of a nightmare for this content creator in terms of just a lost in translation as to what is trying to be communicated here.
I feel like I can already hear the comments on this video. She's gaslighting, manipulating. Oh, she's a narcissist and a rat. I would never make a mistake like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that all of you are perfect, so please criticize me. Bring out the daggers made from your perfect past and stab me repeatedly in my bony little back.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize all you guys were just perfect little angels that just never done anything wrong in life. Oh, okay, my bad. I guess I'll just go fuck myself. Quick joke explainer here. That photo was from the Nuremberg trials of some Nazis on trial, which is not me comparing her to being a Nazi. That's not what I mean to do, but also I get how it could seem like that. I'm making this joke because I still haven't really figured out how to make that fun joke about, oh, what if Hitler did what you did, but without comparing them to Hitler, but whatever. Oops, let me know. Bye.
I'm sure you're disappointed in my shitty little song. I know you wanted me to say that I was 100% in the wrong. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna take that route of admitting to lies and rumors that you made up for clout.
What was made up? Colleen, Miranda. Hey, Miranda. Colleen. Hey, what was made up? Please be specific. Miranda, we need it. We got it. Need it. I'm not gonna lie, I actually do like the song. Okay? Sue me. I think it sounds good. I think she's a good singer. I think the chords are nice. The pacing's good. Even the talking, to remove all the content of it, take the art and the artist and go boing, R. Kelly style, and then it's that's just my opinion.
Hey everybody, I found someone new to harass. She did some things that I do not like in her past. So everybody gather round, cause we're about to attack. But not based on facts, oh no. Your loaded lethal weapon is your fingers on the keys. You don't need any armor when you can hide behind a screen. So shoot me down quick with a click and bam. My reputation's deceased.
The trouble is, again, what she's identifying as the internet's need to get someone to say that they're 100% wrong. It doesn't end there. It doesn't just, people don't just like leave you alone and stop making content about it. But this is not how to do what you do instead. I love framing child grooming as things you don't like.
She did some things that I do not like in her past.
Like, yes, that is something we don't like, but calling it just that, something we don't like, isn't really telling the full story, is it? Okay, I guess we're just canceling everybody for doing things you don't like. Just because you disagree with it, you're gonna go and cancel people.
I also wanted to take a minute to talk about that girl Miranda sings. You know the one. Yeah, her. She's PG-13. It says that on my website, and it's always been that way. And that's why you won't find my videos on the YouTube Kids app. Anyway.
Your Honor, the child was clearly labeled E for everyone. I have no clue, absolutely no clue what she's trying to say with this one. The kid that she asked a photo of their butt from was 14, so I guess that's allowed because it was PG-13? I don't know.
Have I made some jokes in poor taste? Yes. Have I made lots of dumb mistakes? Yes. Am I sad that there are some fans who feel betrayed? Yes. But was my intention to manipulate? No.
Oh, okay, great. Thanks for clearing that up. Pack it up, everybody. She didn't mean it. Colleen, Miranda. In all seriousness, though, intent rarely translates in situations like this, where what you did or what you said and what you meant to do or say, it's not actually super important. At least not in the case of a controversy where the focus is on what you did. But what do I know, man? I don't know. I'm just a guy. I think there's two possibilities here. One, she had like an idea of doing a Goofy Goober style thing where she drops a hit banger song and then everybody changes their minds and the tide turns on the battle and she wins the online war. That is the only way I can see doing something like this, unless it's number two, which is that she was actually trying to commit career suicide. I don't know why necessarily she would do that. It doesn't really make sense. She's a super successful YouTuber, one of the best like business YouTubers in terms of turning the following into like merch and tours and things like that. She has a Netflix show, other stuff like that. But also getting a bunch of people calling you some wild stuff for 3 weeks straight can like do some crazy stuff to your head. And this could be one way to cope. I don't know for sure. With option one, with the Goofy Goober thing, I think the cause of it is just being out of touch with what's going on the internet. Being out of touch with like the people in your life that would say, like your management or I don't know, your family or friends. But either way, unlucky, I guess. You hate to see it, you love to see it. I don't know what you think.
Toxic gossip train. You got a one-way ticket to manipulation station. Toxic gossip train. You tied me to the tracks and harassed me for my past. Rumors look like facts when you don't mind the gaps. I won't survive in the crash, but hey, I hope you had some fun.
I'm telling you, it's a good song. Don't mind the gaps. On the toxic train, mind the gap. Come on. Credit where it's due. You made a wonderful song as you planted a pipe bomb in your small business headquarters. Oscar or Emmy or Grammy for you.
Sometimes people make a mistake and it doesn't make them a horrible person. Whoa. Sometimes people can make a mistake and they're still a good person. Crazy. I know.
This last part is kind of wild because you can tell she's like reading the lyrics off of a screen or off of somewhere she's written them. Paper maybe, who knows. And it really drives home the fact that this whole thing was like rehearsed. Like she sat down, wrote it out, practiced it, probably a bunch of times and then recorded it. And obviously it was rehearsed. She did the whole thing, like she did it all. Of course it was rehearsed. We all know that, but doing it all in one shot maintains that sort of in-universe continuity that this person's just doing this thing. And then that third wall breaks when she looks down. And that's why it's one of the reasons, the thousands of reasons why it's a bad apology video. But again, everything she's saying here is true in a vacuum. All of these things about people celebrating online when people are getting torn apart, about how the moral justifications for going after people over and over for something they did, maybe a social transgression, are almost never proportional. They almost never actually rectify harm. But that is irrelevant to this video. At least I think it is. I don't know. Let me know what you think, because the main story for me to take away from here is that this is wacky stuff. I'm covering trending topics. All right, bye everybody. See you. Bye.